This is a production of PBS Charlotte.
Well, our next story is about a nonprofit in York County providing food to those in need. Last year, the community cafe served more than 55,000 meals. Thanks to donations and volunteers, they were able to provide meals at 93 cents per plate. As Carolina Impact's Jason Terzis explains, the community cafe wouldn't be able to reach nearly as many people without an army of dedicated volunteers. This is our third Community Give Back finalist.
The tables get set up, grilled cheese flipped, soup poured, sandwiches made, and the bags packed. No, this isn't a school cafeteria, but inside the Lake Wiley Lutheran Church, and it happens every Friday.
The first day we opened up, we served 45 meals.
Welcome to the Community Cafe.
I thought that was a lot.
Don Murphin started the cafe a little over 6 years ago. From the beginning, he had no idea how many free meals he'd be serving or how big of an impact he'd have in York County. Having spent 30 years as a venture capitalist, Don and his wife moved from Ohio to South Carolina shortly after the housing market crash of 2008.
He was hearing basically horror stories at church of people not being able to make ends meet and losing their homes.
Shortly after moving to South Carolina, Don met with a life coach to see what he might want to do next.
At the end of our sessions, she says, "You really should honestly, sincerely think about opening a kitchen to help people that are hungry."
Don says the thought never crossed his mind, but just a couple weeks later, he got an email from a pastor saying the church kitchen was available if anyone wanted to cook for those in need.
And I said, "God, are you talking to me?"
Don met with the pastor, devised a business plan, and went to work.
That plan said that we should be able to feed people a very good meal with choices, pretty much what you find in a cafe, for about $1 a person.
Since opening its doors, the Community Cafe has expanded to 3 locations in Lake Wiley and Fort Mill, each open for lunch on a different day of the week. The mission is simple: provide free meals to anyone who wants one. Churches cover the operating costs, volunteers do the cooking, and corporate sponsors help with donations and supplies.
No one gets paid, and everything that goes into the cafe goes right back out the door.
Every table at the cafe has a tablecloth and centerpiece. Volunteers deliver meals, drinks, and desserts to guests. The menu changes each week.
And I saw a lady just break down and cry because she just couldn't believe that somebody was going to carry her lunch to a table and take care of her like a restaurant.
We are so thankful that we are here doing your work as you tell us to do.
The Community Cafe treats everyone with dignity and respect, regardless of economic circumstances. The organization receives no government funding. If a guest wants to take a meal or several to go, that's fine.
My view of it is, I don't care whether somebody wants to take home 1 meal or 12.
And they've always given me extra to take home, so I have, something enough for supper, and then usually I've got enough for tomorrow for lunch and supper.
Rick Dennis regularly comes to the Friday Cafe at Lake Wiley Lutheran Church. Physical issues have limited his ability to work. He's currently living in the back of a tire service center.
I've enjoyed it immensely now. At first I was scared because, I was working and had money and had everything. It's just nice to have a laugh and a smile during the day when things aren't quite so good in your life.
Last year, the nonprofit provided 55,000 meals, 12,000 of which were delivered. Wanda Phelps uses her own car and gas to bring food to people all over the county, many with health issues, some even without electricity or running water.
It's extremely rewarding, sometimes challenging whenever you look at what some of our guests are going through, the hardships in their lives. But we're making a difference, and that's really important to me.
Thanks to Wanda and more than 100 volunteers, the community cafes have served over 170,000 free meals since first opening its doors.
I sit back and think about it, and wow, what a trip.
I'm glad that I've met all these nice people.
Oh, I'm completely in awe.
And it's been a total blessing in my life.
Down the road, the community cafe would like to expand. More volunteers, more locations, more people to serve. And it's all for neighbors, helping other neighbors. For Carolina Impact, I'm Jason Terzis reporting.
Thanks so much, Jason.
A production of PBS Charlotte.